Every year, you plant vegetables with high hopes. Then you notice tiny holes. Next thing you know, your crops are wiped out overnight. It feels like you are doing all that hard work just to feed the local insects. But what if the bugs aren't actually the root of the problem? The way you are growing might be actively inviting them in. In a wild forest, you don't see leaves getting completely destroyed everywhere. Ecosystems regulate themselves. Pests rarely attack healthy, balanced systems. You can replicate this by building a self-regulating garden bed, letting nature handle the pest control for you. This 4-step framework builds a garden that defends itself. It moves the focus away from the insects and onto the biological systems that keep them in check. Step 1 starts underground. A plant's ability to fend off hungry insects depends entirely on the health of the soil it sits in. Rich organic soil supplies nutrients plants need to build dense, thick cell walls, naturally deflecting insect mouthparts. Conversely, synthetic fertilizers force rapid, watery growth. Cell walls stretch and thin out, leaving the plant weak. Bugs recognize this vulnerability immediately. To fix this, mix high-quality organic compost deeply into your garden beds to feed the soil life. Then cover it with a layer of mulch to lock in this steady moisture your plants require. When you grow strong plants in living, healthy soil, they naturally repel most bugs before you even reach for a spray bottle. Step 2 fixes the layout. The most common mistake beginners make is planting a monoculture. A massive, unbroken block of a single vegetable projects an unmissable beacon to pests. Break that signal using the confusion strategy by intermixing herbs and flowers. Placing basil next to tomatoes releases aromatic scents that actively jam pests' ability to locate targets. Additionally, bordering your beds with flowers like marigolds and sweet alyssum pulls local pollinators and predatory insects directly into the garden. The rule here is strict. Never group identical vegetables into one massive, isolated block. By layering visual and olfactory diversity, you turn an exposed buffet into a highly confusing, naturally guarded fortress. Step 3 moves from where we plant to the strategic timing of when we plant. Pest populations do not stay constant throughout the year. They arrive in massive, highly predictable waves directly tied to your local seasons. This chart shows insect activity over a growing season. Standard planting dates drop vulnerable plants right into this peak pest zone. We can shift the grow window to bypass this. Selecting fast-maturing crops like lettuce completes the harvest before bugs even arrive. Beating pests requires a careful look at your calendar. You are outmaneuvering them through time, skipping the battle entirely. Step 4 requires the hardest mindset shift for new gardeners. The goal is not 0 bugs. To keep your garden largely free of severe pest damage, you actually need a small, consistent population of pests to stay in your beds. Mercenary insects like ladybugs, lacewings, and parasitic wasps quietly control outbreaks for you, but they only stay if they have a reliable food source. When you spot a few bugs, observe the system first. Avoid panic, let the predatory insects do their job, and only step in if the plant damage tips past what the natural balance can handle. If you do need to intervene, start simple. A sharp blast of water knocks aphids off the stems. Drape row covers preemptively to create a solid barrier. For specific outbreaks, apply neem oil locally. Just be careful not to use it as a blanket, garden-wide preventative spray. These physical tools are not meant to wipe out all insect life. They simply help nature regain its balance when things tip too far. When you put this all together, you get a beautifully diverse, thriving garden bed that largely takes care of itself. Success comes from layering these 4 strategies: fortifying the soil, planting for confusion, timing your pro cycles, and maintaining the biological balance. The result is consistent harvests year after year. You experience less panic, sustain less damage, and achieve it all without ever needing a single harsh chemical. And the next time you see a few bugs on a leaf, you will know the system is alive and functioning exactly as it should. If this approach helps you read the signals in your garden, hit subscribe. In the next video, we apply this exact ecosystem mindset to maximizing your final vegetable yield. Stick around for that one.